Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over.
When the Knicks are champions of basketball.
Congratulations. You're the 2026 NBA champion.
I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm just like, whenever someone counters out, we find a way to come back and do something about it.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Jim Dolan and the front office we really did it, dog.
The New York Knicks are NBA champions. After decades of heartbreak, disappointment, failed rebuilds, and seasons that ended far too early, the Knicks are finally back on top of the NBA. The Larry O'Brien Trophy is heading back to New York, but the finals wasn't just about the Knicks winning the championship. It was about the San Antonio Spurs learning one of the hardest lessons in basketball, because talent alone doesn't win championships. And for the first time in these playoffs, the Spurs found that out the hard way. The Knicks didn't just win because they were more talented, they won because they were more prepared. And that difference decided the NBA Finals. Coming into the series, the Spurs looked like the future of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama was playing like the best player in basketball at times. The Spurs had confidence, momentum from the last series, and youth. And many people believe this was the beginning of a dynasty. But the NBA Finals are different. Every possession, turnover, and mistakes matter. Throughout the series, the Spurs kept making costly mistakes while the Spurs kept doing what championship teams do. They executed. What's crazy is that New York didn't even play perfect basketball. They didn't shoot great, they simply made the right play when the moments got bigger. Every time the pressure increased, New York looked composed. Every time San Antonio made a mistake, the Knicks made them pay. That's championship basketball. Jalen Brunson controlled the pace, OG made winning plays, the Knicks defended, rebounded, they fought for loose balls, and when the game got ugly, they got even tougher. You want to know how complete this Knicks team really is? Karl Anthony Towns only scored 2 points in the final game, he fouled out, and the Knicks still won the championship. Think about it. Most teams lose when one of their stars completely disappears. But this team isn't built around one player. It's built around trust and sacrifice. When Towns struggled, somebody stepped up. When one player has a bad night, another player answers the call. That's why New York is holding the trophy. Now let's talk about San Antonio, because this loss wasn't about effort. The Spurs played hard, but they kept making mistakes at the worst possible times. Bad turnovers, poor late game possessions, defensive breakdowns, missed opportunities. Championship teams punish those mistakes, and that's exactly what New York did. Which brings us to De'Aaron Fox. Before Spurs fans get angry, let's be clear. Fox is still a good player, but is he the perfect fit next to Wemby? That's a fair question, because too often the offense felt disconnected. Wemby wasn't getting enough paint touches. That's not all on Fox, but if San Antonio wants to maximize Wemby's potential, every roster decision matters. Personally, I would seriously explore the possibility of finding a more pass-first point guard who can organize the offense and make Wemby the center of everything they do. Another big reason the Knicks won this series is because of Mike Brown. He made good adjustments and the rotations were great. When San Antonio tried something new, New York had an answer. Meanwhile, the Spurs looked like a team experiencing the NBA Finals for the first time, and that's exactly what happened. And honestly, Spurs fans shouldn't panic, not even a little bit, because most future champions lose before they win. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Stephen Curry lost and felt pain before they lifted the trophy, and that's a part of the journey. Victor Wembanyama is still getting better, the Spurs are still young, and the roster will improve. The experience gained from this loss could become the foundation for future champions. This might end up being the most important thing that ever happened to this group. The New York Knicks are champions because they earned it. But while New York is celebrating, the rest of the NBA should be paying attention to San Antonio, because the Spurs just learned a lesson every future dynasty eventually learns. You can't skip steps. The Knicks learned this lesson years ago. Now it's San Antonio's turn. And if they learn from this loss, the NBA might have a serious problem next season. Because Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs aren't going away, they're just getting started. But that's the end of this video. Leave a like and subscribe because more content is coming soon.